One of the first books I read that kind of opened me up to getting more wisdom and reading more was Chop Wood, Carry Water. This right here is the OG. I read this before I even had like my breakout year. This was what got me to the bamboo. Like bamboo is my screensaver, is what I post about. Let me see. What you don't see happening is what is taking place beneath the surface. Beneath the surface, a massive, dense foundation of roots is spreading out all throughout the ground to prepare for the rapid growth. So you keep watering it, and eventually, after 5 years of seeing nothing at all happen above the surface, the bamboo tree shoots up over 90 feet tall in just 6 weeks. And so I'm like, I want to personify this plant, so it's like my spirit plant, because it's like so many things happen that people don't see. Like, you know, you're going through this trial and tribulation, and on a grand scale of the world, no one sees it, but you know that you're watering and you're becoming better and you're learning about yourself and learning from your experiences, and then out of nowhere you grow into this, you know, amazing person that has so many things to offer. And it's kind of out of nowhere sometimes, because the things that I kind of go through behind the scenes. So this book is special to my heart. Inkster was interesting growing up there because I saw a lot. There's drug selling, there's violence, it's everything you can think of in terms of when you think of places with low socioeconomic status.
You know, it's pretty tough. It's a small city right outside Detroit. It was normal to hear gunshots at night. We got accustomed to that. She saw a lot of different things that could be traumatic for people to see. My role in that and her development with that is that she could rise above her circumstances. I guided her through some of the things to help her avoid some of that. I exposed her to different things outside of our community, which gave her a unique perspective. And so from there, she got to choose what she wanted to do.
My dad was a big inspiration in my life just because of the things he was able to overcome. He took it a step further than his family members, and I'm hoping to take it a step further myself. My dad was a coach, so I really was around the game since I was younger. My dad bought me equipment for every sport, and the thing that stuck to me was the ball and the hoop.
There were no girls' teams at the time, so she started playing on the boys' team. She would battle with the boys. It was physical, and there was a local league in our city, and she was the only girl in the league. There were about 10 teams, and she stood out. Her team, they won the championship.
I just fell in love with the game. Like, it just didn't feel like work. I just loved getting better. And after I got my first offer, I was like, okay, I'm hungry. I want to keep going and see where I can take it and what other schools I can get. The storm at Baylor involved wisdom teeth surgery, losing a lot of credits, going to the bubble, getting a new coach, being set back by COVID. November 4th, I come get a steal in practice. I catch it, tiptoe the sideline on the left side, come down, and me and my teammate are about to meet head on. So I try to avoid her, and my knee I just feel it. And I'm laying on the ground, and I'm like, Jesus, that's the only thing I could think to say. I go get my MRI, my athletic trainer called me. He says, K-Mac, I'm sorry, I do not have the best news. You tore your ACL and you tore your meniscus in half as well. I remember when I got that call, I got off the phone with him and the tears just flowed. My initial thought is like, you know, it's no better way for me to be set up to accomplish my dreams. I do good at Penn State. I'm coming to Baylor. They're known for getting girls to the league. That's my dream. That's what I want to do. And I get hurt. I sat on my floor for maybe 2 hours. My phone was ringing. Everyone was calling. I didn't want to talk. I just sat there, and I had a mirror across from me. I looked at myself, and I just thought, like, what you gonna do? It's just us here. It's just gonna be us through all of this. People come and go, and I'm like, we gonna fight. I never been a reader, but I woke up and I would read 30 minutes of the Bible and then 30 minutes of some type of self-help or a book full of wisdom. So then I would read something and I would go talk to my dad about it because he's wise, and it was like I prepared myself for adversity before I hit it.
We were a two-person book club, so we were able to talk about them and how they applied to her life, how they were relevant to her situation, and those things really helped her through. And we just constantly consumed books that were self-help, positive things, positive thinking, ways to battle adversity and overcome some of the feelings that she was having, some of the grief, because she really grieved a lot, from the injury.
I'm doing rehab in my room, so I got like a 20-pound kettlebell doing like squats, and then I have the blood flow restriction machine that I can use. So I would work out and do different things, but it wasn't like full-fledged. At this point, I was close to being released, but still wasn't progressing as good as I wanted to. It was just so painful, so weak. I finally was able to gradually get into the drills and stuff, but I still wasn't me. I still couldn't move. I remember this day because I was pretty distraught. All transfers became eligible today. It's literally heartbreaking. To know I could have been playing in 2 days is ripping me apart. Everything in me is telling me to trust God, but I'm struggling. I've been praying and crying a lot. I just want to play the game I love. God, I trust you, but I'm hurt, and I know I can do both. I'm so close to being drafted and playing in the league and having all my dreams come true. I'm so mad. When they got cleared, I'm just like, you can hear it. This is what I really wrote. I was upset. And then the rumors came. Kim Mulkey's going to LSU. Kim Mulkey's going to LSU.
And LSU made it official just after about 5 that Kim Mulkey is heading back to her home state of Louisiana to take over the women's basketball program.
Coach Kim Mulkey had been there for 21 years, Hall of Fame coach, 3 national championships, was leaving Baylor the year I came. From that moment, I cried, and I didn't cry because of her moving necessarily, but it just felt like whatever could possibly go wrong or haywire literally did. I said, you know what? I'm leaving. And there's a chance I might not be able to play. I just made a decision from my intuition that I had enough. From January to June, I knew nothing about my future. I was training every day. I was lifting because I was like, when I get my opportunity, I'm going to be ready. And I don't know if I'm doing it for no reason or not, but I know if God does this for me, when he does it for me, I'm going to be ready.
Her commitment to the process of rehab was extraordinary. It's better than anything I've seen. I've seen players with injuries before, and they'll do the prescribed rehab and they'll get back, but she goes above and beyond, which helped her process. I've never seen her work this hard in her life, and it really paid off.
I never forget, I was in a mall. I get a call from Coach Susie, and I'm like, this is it. This is the verdict right here. I could feel it like in my body.
That was a pretty special moment, mostly because we weren't sure if they were gonna give her that year back. So she was on pins and needles. It was either she was gonna have an opportunity to play the game she loved and end it the right way, or she was gonna be done with her career.
When I tell you, I just started screaming and tears started to flow. It was like a weight had been lifted off of my shoulders. Everything that I've heard, everything that I've been told, way more negative than positive, I still kept the faith and it paid off. And from that moment, I was like, God, I never doubt you again.
A lot of kids don't know how to do hard, and she can handle hard.
McDaniel, wearing number 5, goes to the cup. Are you kidding me? She puts it off the backboard and in for 2. Every time a big bucket is needed, K-Mac is there with your answer. K-Mac left wing with a jab, a couple of them. Now she'll drive towards the right block. A floater hanging in the air, and she gets it to fall. Kamaria McDaniel is just too tough.
McDaniel with the ball in her hands, I'm not surprised. McDaniel gets all the way, ties it with 2 seconds.
This is a kid that's had 5 college coaches, and then you throw in a couple injuries. I mean, I think it just says a lot about her character. Even though she has had some tough things happen to her, she doesn't let those things that are outside of her control destroy her.
Baylor didn't work out because it wasn't supposed to for my spiritual journey. And to a human mind, a carnal mind, it may seem like you were doing well at Penn State, why did you leave? But it's like, this is my spiritual journey. I needed to face adversity. I do not regret going to Baylor, and everything that I faced there, I'm grateful for, and I love that for myself because I am a more well-rounded person. I know who I am outside of my sport.
Floor in transition, out to McDaniel for 3, left slot. Bang! Kamaria McDaniel, 18 points tonight.
I showed myself how strong I am, and I was able to build an unbreakable relationship with God. Romans 8:28, all things work together for the good of those who love God. Everything is working for my good, for your good, for everyone's good. I think adversity is one of the biggest signs that you're meant to be great. So I love it, and I'm grateful for it.
Unbeaten no more are the Indiana Hoosiers. The number 4 team in the country comes to East Lansing and will walk out with their first loss of the year.
Reading really helped me reflect. I'm a better me, and my situation is only giving me the wind I need to be the strong bamboo tree that I am.